Welcome back again to Joe Stonner Boxing. You may have seen the DAZN card. It's a matchroom card actually on DAZN from Mexico in the early hours of UK time, Sunday, early hours on Sunday. It's a very good card, headlined by 24-year-old Angel Fierro, who is orthodox fighter, came in with 19 wins, 15 KOs, 1 defeat, and he's got a couple of draws on his record. Fierro, last year actually, just a little bit less than a year ago, maybe I want to say March last year, he had a draw with Juan Carlos Burgos, who we know about. You know, he's fought a lot of good men. Burgos got some defeats, maybe half a dozen defeats on his record, 6 or 7, but he's got about 36, 38 wins, whatever it is. So the draw, you know, for a young lad, the draw is a learning experience. He also lost a majority decision back in 2020 to a guy called Alex Martin, who I don't know much about. I don't know anything about him really. But these are the learning years for this kid, and he's 24 now, and he shows a lot of promise. Maybe needs to shore up his defence a bit. But if you're that front foot, if you're that aggressive, if you're that proactive in the ring, as this kid is, then you're going to pick up some punches. And so it was against the 33-year-old Eduardo Estela. And Estela from Uruguay, like I say, 9 years older, only had 14 fights. He was undefeated. He had 14 wins, no draws, no defeats, but 33 years old. So, you know, must have turned pro quite late. I mean, well, either that or he just can't get the work. And this fight was too one-sided to be considered a classic, because Fierro did pretty much dominate with this, you know, fiery, high-octane, high-output performance. But it doesn't quite tell the whole story, because even though Estela was on the floor 3 times, I think it was twice in the 4th round and once in the 7th, it was stopped in the 7th. Nevertheless, the amount of courage he showed was absolutely immense, and he didn't stop throwing punches. He was trying to win right until he got the point where he got knocked out. So that even though it's a one-sided fight, that always makes it entertaining to watch. But from the word go, it was Fierro, you know, with all that youthful vigour, and it was in the 4th round where he scored 2 of the knockdowns. And I think that they were both from right hands, clipping Estela, I want to say sort of by the eye socket maybe. One of them did, I know that. But on both occasions, Estela went down like he'd been shot. I mean, you were thinking, is he going to get up here? And he did. On both occasions he did, which was very, very impressive. You know, the fact that he would see out the round, he'd wobble back to his corner. He didn't look in good condition at all. But come the next round, he was there, even though he might still have been shaken. He was there and he was trying to win. He was throwing punches. He just couldn't keep Fierro off him, because Estela struck me as the sort of person who wants to box. He doesn't like it when you put it, he was basically forced to fight at a pace he didn't like, in a style he didn't like, which is all an opponent can, all you can do to an opponent is put him under that sort of duress. But yeah, he couldn't keep him off, Estela. Fierro was all over him. Estela was firing punches back and was catching Fierro with some good flush punches. The key to the fight, I think, despite the fact that of all 3 knockdowns, none were from body punches, but nevertheless the body punching was the key to the door. That's what it looked like to me, because around about the 3rd round, 3rd and 4th round, certainly, Fierro was landing some body punches, and they seemed to be really slowing Estela down, and then he was switching it to the head. So it was like the key to the door, opening up the door. The coup de grace, the ending, the 7th round knockout came again when Estela was firing his own punches, trying to be proactive, trying to be effective, and he was in little pockets, but he just couldn't keep Fierro off him. And then Fierro trapped Estela on the ropes, and it was actually 3 left hooks. Maybe there was a right hand thrown in there as well, but I think he landed a left hook, then a right hand, then he landed a double left hook, I think, as Estela was on his way down, and the referee stopped the fight immediately. I mean, in the 4th round, the 2 occasions when Estela went down, it did look like he might not even get up. On this occasion, he probably would have got up again in the 7th, but the referee said, no, that's your lot. And in fact, it was the right decision, no question. Interestingly, the referee was very strict, because in the 2nd round, he took a point off Fierro for rabbit punching. And it wasn't a case of, I don't think Fierro was being particularly, you know, dirty. I think it was just he was finding so many punches, and Estela was trying to sort of bob and weave and roll out the way, and some of the punches were landing illegally. But I don't think it was really a deliberate tactic by Fierro. But Fierro is one to watch, make no mistake about it. Like I say, 24 years old, orthodox fighter. They were both orthodox. I think he's about 5'7". He looked an inch shorter than Estela on, and maybe that was just because Estela was boxing more conventionally, more upright. But Estela, 33 years old. I mean, it's a bit old to be regrouping and resetting, but you never know, I suppose. I don't know how much work you get in Uruguay. Apparently not much, but certainly for Fierro, this is probably the start of big things. He's gonna, in the next couple of years, he'll be in his prime, and I think he'll be fighting for titles unless something drastically goes wrong. So check this out. It's on DAZN. See what you think of it. Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button if you like the video. And obviously, as always, thanks for your time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.